Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Igor here, and welcome to my video that I am making because I had got a request from one of you guys on YouTube about making a video on the new content patch. If you saw my video from 3/7/2013, that was the actual patch where they added muskets and slingshots and all that fun stuff, which, by the way, I will come out and say first, I did have a little piece of that video wrong. I was assuming, being that in Haven and Hearth you could actually fire a slingshot over walls. I was assuming that in this one you could actually fire over walls as well. I guess according to the Wikipedia page for the slingshot, you cannot actually fire the slingshot over walls or behind objects or anything like that. So all you guys out there that are new players, you are safe behind your base. I don't know, however, muskets. I'm not really sure. One of you guys asked me to do it, and I wasn't really planning on doing it quite yet because I had a couple of things that I wanted to work on, but because I love you guys so very, very much, I decided to push this video out as soon as humanly possible. So what I've done is I have equipped my musket, which you can see the cool little barrel of this thing sticking out of my back. It's got a cool little 3D model to it. And what I did is I actually went into town. I bought 10 musket balls, which one of them I've used. I bought 50 grams of gunpowder and started using this thing. So to get started, to start using this, what you actually have to do is you have to, I'm assuming, equip the musket. I don't know if you can do it when it's, okay, yeah, you must unload a gun before equipping it. So I do have it equipped right now, or I do have it unloaded loaded right now. Sorry, I'm a little lost get a little tongue twisted there. And being that it's loaded, I can't actually unequip it. You have to fire it first before unequipping it, which is something I forgot to mention. So you see that the rabbits are still running away from me. They are still terrified of you as a player. So what you have to do, obviously just like you do with the slingshot, you have to go into your attack panel and you have to click shoot. Once you click shoot, you get a little little sword icon there, and you just point it at where you want to shoot. You click, and I'm probably gonna miss. Oh, there it goes, and killed the rabbit. And there is a charge time, so you do have a charge time on the musket itself. So be careful when doing so. If you are attacking an animal that will aggro you, it might aggro you before you actually get your shot off, so be careful. I'm gonna try something a little risky here. I don't really know. I know I saw a deer down here earlier, and I'm not sure if I can kill a deer or not. Obviously, I probably won't be able to one-shot this thing, but I probably most likely will be able to kill it if it didn't despawn, which, knowing my luck, it did, because I walked around for about 20 minutes trying to find just something to kill, and now apparently there's crickets and rabbits and everything else all over the place, but alas, no deer. So I can't fight anything too strong because I can't find anything. So, oh, I think I found the deer. I found the deer. There we go. So, with any strange amount of luck, I might get KO'd and lose my inventory and all that fun stuff. But who cares? This is for you guys. Like I said, I love you guys, so I don't really care what happens. If I get KO'd, I guess I'll just walk back out here and grab my stuff again. So here's the deer. It is running away, it appears. It is running away from me. And these things do charge you, and they will do like 10 damage or something like that. So be careful when fighting them from a distance. They will charge you initially. So when you actually do fire your musket, make sure to quickly unequip it, equip your sword, and fight it from there. So to load this thing, now that I've digressed for 5 minutes looking for this deer, this very elusive deer, what I'm going to do is you have to click the gunpowder, hold it in your hand, and right-click your gun, and it will take, 20% at a time. Takes a minute. It uses 5 grams of gunpowder per musket ball. So that's how much it uses, and then what you do is you grab the muskets and right-click the gun, and loading the musket ball is a little bit quicker. They haven't added an animation for it yet, and now your musket is loaded. You are going to have to do this every time. Warning, disclaimer, it is not a semi-automatic rifle. You do have to load it every time like they did back in the old days. So now that we got this far, let's gather my breath, turn on Wander, And let's try and see if I can successfully kill this deer once it stops running away from me. Zoom out here. Once it stops moving, I'm going to go into my attack panel. Once again, you go into combat, attacks, and then shoot. It's right here. Click the shoot button, charge up, hit this deer, quickly unequip the musket, re-equip my sword, follow this deer around, and attempt to kill this thing with my thrust, and I missed. Hopefully I don't get KO'd. I think I might be okay now that I have equipped my sword. I'm going to run up to this thing, try and chase it down. Hopefully it'll stop, try and thrust, and there we go. I've killed the deer. So, I'm going to do a little roundhouse kick for a dance there for you guys. And then I'm going to grab this deer and I'm going to proudly walk this thing all the way back to my settlement. So, that is how, for the most part, how you deal with muskets and things like that. So, you do have the ability to do that. I mean, as you saw, I was able to, unequip it and equip my sword rather quickly. So just be careful. Don't freak out. Prepare yourself. Take a deep breath. Get yourself ready, and try and do your best. The deers do a fair amount of damage. They can actually run away and then quickly charge you again, doing a quick 20 damage. So if you don't have a whole lot of biles, make sure that you are careful of that. So I'm going to see if I can actually load this thing back up in my inventory, and nope, it does say that the gun must be equipped in order to be loaded. So let's get this sword out of here, and I'm going to re-equip my musket. I'm going to load it back up. Wait for it to load, and click the musket balls, put those in, and I'm going to go ahead and shoot this bunny rabbit, so that I can have one more rabbit on my belt for the purpose of muskets. See if I can see the damage. It does not show the damage, but it one-shotted the rabbit. So, I mean, as you can see, throughout the course of this entire video, I've shot 3 times, and I've only lost 7 yellow bile, so not bad. I did not get a chance, once again, to see how much damage I did. I was a little bit excited. So, just, have fun with it and play with it, and hopefully you guys now can see what the muskets look like. And if you are having a problem unequipping your gun, you must fire it at something, whether it be the air, a wall, yourself. I don't know if that's possible, but hey, you never know. You have to unload it before unequipping it, so just be careful. If you get into combat, you have to quickly unload your gun, or unequip your gun. Make sure that you do so after you fire it, or else you're going to have problems. I actually have seen a few people have problems with this already, and they get into combat and they forget that they have their musket loaded, and then when they get into combat, they try and fire it and cannot fire it because they get attacked first, whether it be a bear or if it was an aggro or argo pelter. I know I said that wrong a lot in my video covering the argo pelters. It's kind of a tongue twister, and I was talking about aggro and all that other great fun stuff. So, I don't know, I had some good fun playing around and messing with the musket myself before I made the video. I shot quite a few shots off. I bought 20 musket balls first, and then I bought 2 things of gunpowder, and I played around with it for a little while before I made the video because I wanted to attempt to bring you guys the best possible way of making this video for muskets. So now that you've listened to me ramble on for a couple minutes, now that I left my deer and all that because I want to get back to Boston, I'm going to show you that if you right-click the wilderness guide, just like in the last video, 10 musket balls are 75 silver, 50 grams of gunpowder is 60 silver, and you can buy a powder horn, which I'm assuming is used to hold the gunpowder, and you can probably use the powder horn to load it. So you can do that and just have fun with it and fire it and kill stuff and enjoy the luxuries of Salem that are firearms. And for the record, disclaimer, once again, you have to have firearms to use this skill. You do not get, if you go to the Boston trade market and you buy a musket, you cannot use it right away. You do need firearms, which is 2,500 cloak and dagger and 2,500 sparks and embers. So make sure you get that skill before you actually fire this thing off. And that's pretty much it. I don't really have too much else on the topic of firearms. If I did miss anything out, make sure you leave a comment in the box down below, like me on Facebook, follow my Twitter, And as always, thanks for watching.